Well, also, I did call you on your cell phone.
No, I'm aware.
I don't know why you didn't answer. It was an important phone call.
I'm playing a game. I already can see the transcript already. Hold up, how do I?
No, you should just listen to it. Dude,
Maybe you just have bad audio. Oh, there it is.
Anyway, love you very much. Bye.
What? Wait, hold on. I'll do it again.
You missed the first half of it, but that second part still is real.
Hey,
Yeah.
I know. Stop playing video games. We got a podcast to record. Come on, man. Right here. Anyway, love you very much. Bye.
That skipped like half of that. Well, I'm gonna go back to playing video games.
No! Guys!
What?
Yeah.
Guess what?
Yeah.
We're watching more Haikyuu. Or we watched. This happens after.
That which one with the volleyball and the whatnot?
Is this the after party?
No, this is the pre-after party.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
The pre-after party.
Yeah, they call it the party.
So you mean you interrupted me playing on my POP, my off-brand Monster Hunter game?
Yeah.
To tell me that we're watching more Haikyuu.
Yeah.
But we were already on our way to practice.
Practice? Shoot,
Guys,
I don't need practice. I'm gifted.
I don't think we should really practice for the podcast sometime. But welcome back, everyone, to the last filler, bridging the gap between season 3 and season 4. Guys, the tall guy who be walking, well, that's me. I'm Chuck.
Wow, he really be walking.
The short one who's also walking, well, that's Pino.
Apparently, I'm walking.
The other guy who's also walking but playing his POP, well, that's Garb.
I hope the weather isn't too lousy out up there, punk.
Wow.
You've
Hey,
already
watch out,
made
you're
that
gonna run
joke
into
before.
You both
Hey, why
ran
did
into
you
something.
make a noise?
Why did you make a noise?
Because I hit my head.
See, I'm at the perfect height. I'm not that tall, but I'm also not that tall.
Haha. We were the suckers the whole time.
Haha. Comedic value doesn't occur only by my height.
That's the only joke we have. Guys, welcome back to the Fucky Anime Podcast. We are the three Weebros. We be doing things, and before we get schmoovin' any more than we already do, I want to thank our Patreon members because y'all make the world work. I'd like to thank Sid, Cream Puff, Cosmos, and Jasmine. Y'all are, we greatly appreciate it. It's very, very good, and I also like to thank Greta. Y'all are great.
Love y'all.
Woohoo! Thanks for joining us the other day for that stream we had.
Yeah, that stream where we watched the Haikyuu.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, because I have a problem, we watched 4 more episodes of Haikyuu, all of them OVAs. We watched The Arrival of High Believe, which came packed in with the season 1 box set, and it was shown during the Jump Festa 2014. We also got Versus Failing Grades, which was packaged with season 2 and was shown at Jump Festa 2015. And then we got 2 more, which is the Land vs. Air and the Volleyball Way OVAs, which were not at Jump Festa. They were released
Oh,
to bridge the gap, but it's okay because these were the best ones. So, and those OVAs adapted. Well, no, we'll talk about it later. But before we go any farther, how you guys doing? What's poppin'?
not much. Just playing some strategy games. Playing some Crusader Kings 3. Trying to Viking my way to Vinland, as I like to call it, because there's only one way to play, and that's by raiding other neighboring cities.
Yay!
Woo!
Can you
To sink or swim. Da-da-da-da. That's the only song I've been listening to. Anytime I play, it's like, oh, Vikings? Vinland
game is
Saga,
it.
let's...
Is
Vinland
it,
Saga good.
I took a peek at it and I'm interested in it. Like, is
It's fun. I think CK3 is probably one of the more easier to access games in the franchise, despite it still throwing a lot of information at you. But the tutorial does a pretty good job, I think, at least getting your feet wet. But
Can you
the
play
rest
it?
is kind of... Yes.
Can you play it with other people?
Yes, you can. As I was playing with other people the other day.
Oh, very good. Yes.
As the nation of Spain.
Because we've what was it? España? What?
España, of course.
Okay.
The
Okay.
Los Cruzadas, my friend.
But I mean, like, there's only so much. Like, I don't know. You need to mix it up, other than just Civ 5. Like, maybe.
Yeah, don't worry. This is think of it like Civ 5, but more in depth and more roleplay, because
Yeah.
you really take you do kind of roleplay as the player that you're playing as. There's even character customization,
Cool.
so that's fun. I tried to make Blackbeard. It didn't work out too well. It was a little uglier than I thought. But yeah, it's a good time sink. Like last night, it was like I played for 4 hours and I still wanted to play more, but it was 1 a.m. and I said, you know what? Probably not. We're gonna play the next day anyway. But yeah, that's I've mostly been doing that. Watching Batman and having fun with that. But not much anime, at least in my neck of the woods. I failed on keeping up with Beastars. I'm an episode behind, but other than that, pretty good.
You'll catch back up. Don't worry.
Eventually. What about you
Garb,
guys?
what's up with you?
I went to 2 farmers markets. Well, I guess one was a farmers market with not a whole lot of stuff. We didn't stick around very long. And then we went to, I guess it's really more of a flea market. We went from midtown to downtown and
Wow.
got some veggies. It was a good
Wow.
time. And we got interrupted by Muscovy ducks. And
Wow.
they
Dude,
were
Muscovy
fighting.
ducks.
They were fighting in the middle of the road. One
Hey.
grabbed the other's tail feather, and then they were smacking each other. It looked like 2 males and 2 females, and they were like perfectly in the way. They weren't just in the middle of the road; they were in the middle of our lane. And we just let them duke it out. We let them finish, and I rolled down the window and said, "Y'all behave. You calm it down."
That's lovely though. Nature at its finest.
Yeah.
Though you shared it with us, and those were some beautiful ass ducks. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Muscovy, Muscovy.
This
Muscovy
isn't a spelling
ducks.
bee. I didn't ask, but thank you. I'm sorry. It's okay. For all of those who want to know, I didn't want to enlighten myself today with knowledge.
That was very funny. Yeah, and I've been doing nothing. I
Nothing?
finished. Well, so the funny thing was when we spoilers, we recorded the episode on Roberta a week ago. And then by the time it was posted, which was 3 days, I had finished Hunter x Hunter.
Nice.
It's very good.
Wow.
I believe you.
It's very good. I cried.
Dang.
I believe you as well.
And now I have the authority to speak on every shonen now.
I don't agree with that.
What do you mean?
You're just
Don't
gonna
agree.
say that you hate.
I'm
you
the
think
most
Naruto
well
is
read.
bad.
You're gonna say Naruto's
Dude,
bad. You're gonna
Naruto
say,
sucks
you're,
ass!
You're gonna say Dragon Slayer is demon ass. No, Demon Slayer. What is it called? Demon Slayer is mid.
It is mid.
And you're
What are
gonna
you
say
talking
Redo
about?
of Healer isn't a shonen.
Redo of Healer isn't a shonen. It's hentai.
Okay, that last one was a joke.
But it's guys. We watched Haikyuu, so let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
We've watched Haikyuu in the past a lot. We love it. Well, I love it, so I make other people watch it
And then they love it.
most of the time. Yes.
I mean,
And
what is it, like an 80% track record? You got us.
it's close to a 90 at this point.
Oh,
So
is it? Look, there we go. Okay, let's go.
see, I would pass those remedial tests. So we watched 4. And let's just go through them in order since we already know a little bit about it. All of these were animated by Production IG, which people who've worked together with other companies like Wit Studio in the past. Like they helped to work on Vinland Saga and Attack on Titan, and they worked like with some on Fooly Cooly. They worked on Kurano Basket. And they worked with Gainax on End of Eva. They've gotten their toes in many a water. So
That's good to know. That's great.
yeah, they worked with Wit on Great Pretender, which I started watching today.
Very good. Very nice.
Yeah, so there's some good stuff that they've done. So Always is very good, and this is actually a very interesting way at looking these because you can see of when they were working on them in like 2014 versus working on them 5 years later in 2020. So first, let's talk about the arrival of Haikyuu Land, shall we? Or Leave, I guess is how I'll pronounce it. I always goof it up, but
Leave and let die. Jesus. That was, I didn't expect. Oh my. Okay. I won't acknowledge it, despite already acknowledged half of it. Anyways, continue.
So this episode covers a side story that did not appear in the manga, but written, I still think, by Furudate, or at least overseen by him. I think so. I can't find any, but it seems like it. Regardless, so this basically goes to this OVA goes to Nekoma, which are our sweet boys, our sweet cats, who are great. We got Kuro, we got Kenma, and now we got Leave. The three big boys.
One of them is kind of short.
Oh yeah, he's medium. But it shows a little bit more of backstory since this was released after season 1. This is actually the first animated appearance of Lev, which is interesting because this was released in between season 1 and season 2. So obviously, since we recently watched season 2, you get to see Lev in what his traditional introduction was in the manga, was Hinata meeting him at the training camp with Big Tall Man when he was in the door, and that's a great scene. Regardless, so this is the first animated appearance of it, and basically this OVA introduces us to this fun half Russian, half Japanese character who's very tall, very enthusiastic, but man, he does not have any techniques for volleyball. He's tall, but that's it. And it goes through kind of Kenma's journey as well as Lev's journey of trying to communicate better with each other to play volleyball better. And throughout, you see them kind of arguing and goofing off, as you do on a sports team. There's a scene where Kenma is on Leaf's shoulders trying to get a cat out of a tree, and then they catch the cat and then they fall. It's a good scene. It's really solid.
Yeah, pretty nice. It gives you a nice little look into them, like their kind of personalities and whatnot.
And then they show like at the end with it like actually clicking. It's very funny, very just a nice thing that wouldn't have fit in with the anime itself. So I feel like this really serves well as an OVA because this is technically filler, and this is the kind of filler that I love. Okay, it's just character interactions and them being doofy together and just having a good time. And that's what I look for. So I really enjoyed this. How did you guys feel about it?
It's good.
I mean, I don't have anything really much to say about it. It felt like Haikyuu, despite the focus being a little shifted towards the Nekoma folks, and despite having the bit of interaction with the Karasuno gang with the POP.
With the POP gaming, which did
But it
give
was-
us a nice little break.
Yeah, especially because I assumed that most of them, despite you already telling us that we'd not be focusing on them.
That I called them the Nekoma OVAs.
Yeah.
That's what this episode title is going to be.
And I like seeing the crew just because usually when I think of Haikyuu, I just think of the boys, of the Karasuno boys.
Yeah, Karasuno. We love them.
But I liked it. It was very fun, very playful, and yeah, I don't see it. And kind of like you said, I don't see it needing to fit in kind of with the anime. Like, I'm glad it was an OVA. But I think it still would have added, even if it was in the actual airing of that season, just because it's always nice to get a little bit of background like that.
Yeah. Well, it came in the form of for the physical set. You know, I think it makes sense, and it does fit in. And apparently, that's one of my questions was going to be if this was in the manga in any capacity.
This is not in the
and this was
manga.
apparently this is, like you said, originally how they were introduced.
No,
So,
this is not in the manga. I was mistaken yesterday.
Fuck.
Well, because what I was saying is that the original introduction to Leave was during the training camp where Hinata meets Leave, this towering beast, in the middle of the night as he was going to the bathroom, because you always meet powerful opponents at the bathroom.
Going to the bathroom, yeah.
Well, this was a cute little show. Like, well, a couple episodes, you know, it's a good little bunch, you know, that's a good, I would be pleased with that. Just a neat little bonus. That's good.
Yeah, I feel like it's a nice little thing. And also, we're not really going to be talking about ending themes because most of them are just scrolls of whatchamacallit, just scrolls of the credits. And is that,
Yeah, I don't were the songs reused, or were those songs like unique?
I don't think I've ever heard them before.
I think they were unique songs, because I know the first one for Leaves is that the ending thing is Hoshi wo Tsukasa Maete by Haikyuu Ishizaki, which I've never heard before besides from this, obviously. So they do have unique ones, but they're nothing really to write home about. Like, they're good songs, but there's, you know, they're one and done, so it doesn't really stick in your mind. But yeah, and we'll do we guys have anything else about our boys at Nekoma now? Because we
Not
will see
much.
them later in the future. So
Yeah, this episode was a nice little kind of like, at least for me, a nice little ease into the world that is Haikyuu, because you're not bombarded with the flashy animation and whatnot, but you are still bombarded with what makes the show Haikyuu. You know, guys being dudes and being cool and funny and funny and
Yeah.
it's just a homey kind of feeling, you know. It just feels nice.
I love it. It does get that like homey feel, just like you're chilling, you're vibing, and you're just having a good time.
Yeah, and it's also, I guess, it's a nice little setup because it kind of pulls into like the other episodes we'll get into.
Yeah,
in,
because
like a moment.
gives a little bit more character to it, without having to do too much, which I really appreciate. So let's go to the second OVA that we watched, versus Failing Grades, which this once again, before I forget, because I said it wrong yesterday when I streamed it, this was not based on a manga chapter either. So this is all unique to the anime, while it still incorporates different parts of said anime. Because we watched season 2, whereas when this takes place, and this is basically where Tanaka is trying to convince his sister to drive our 2 freshmen who failed their classes to Tokyo for the training camp. And so, like, for example, her driving them to training camp and them failing their classes is still something that happens in the manga and anime itself. but this extended look is not there.
Mhm.
But once again, I think this is the better of the two that we've seen so far. I think it's very funny, very, very silly. It's just overall a very good time. Yeah, and so I basically explained it already. The boys fail, and Tanaka's like, "Hey, I can do this. I'll get you your savior if you pass these tests at the beginning of like the first makeup test." And then they get driven, and it's great. So, what you guys got to say about it?
I was glad they made it. I was holding out for them a little bit. They did it.
I think, at least for me personally, this one was like, I feel like they could have put that, again, like a lot of these they could have just stuck into the anime. I'm glad they didn't. Despite it having a lot of funny moments for me, like all the interactions with his sister, and like them like getting tutored by the guy with the green purse that I forget his name, and
Suki
Yachi.
or Yams?
I think it was Yams.
Yeah.
I want to say it was Yams. Which was nice because I like seeing those interactions and whatnot. But I think this one was a little bit on the weaker side because they kind of go over it in the main series, and I think they did it. I think it did an okay job. Like, I think it did a good job in the anime. It's nice to have that added background, but I mean, the end result was going to be the same. But again, I'm not too offended because it was an OVA, and hey, it's still a good time. Like, you're not gonna be angry about it.
I did really like it just because it gave some more comedic moments, like the vice principal's wig.
Mm-hmm.
That
Again,
whole
yeah, no,
scene
it's the funniest.
iconic.
It's the funniest out of all of them. It's the funniest OVA out of all the 4 we watched. But
just like a nice breath of fresh air, a little bit extra. I'm not going to complain about a little extra Haikyuu. I never.
You're
will.
going in for seconds.
Yeah, don't mind if I do.
This is the cherry on top, you know.
It is
Like, you already got the big meaty banana split. That's. Don't quote me on that. This isn't canon. This isn't canon.
No, this is going on a fucking shirt, dude. Just like a big meaty banana split. This is just
I don't know if I'd
cherry
like
on
protein
top.
with my banana. I don't know about that.
Peanut butter.
Banana is protein.
Anyway, I'm gonna get. We're all gonna be hungry again. But yeah.
We're losing it. It's good.
Let's see.
I enjoyed it.
I like the part with the principal, because I had totally forgotten that it happened, and
Yeah.
that was
And
amazing.
they made it the most dramatic scene in Haikyuu ever.
Yeah.
With like dramatic lighting from the windows and the girl laughing when they're all talking about wigs. And they said wig out and I went, "Oh!"
He said the thing.
I
I
can't
said,
believe
wow.
it.
Dude,
They
they
did
did it. Big fans of Bobobo.
Guys,
I mean, who isn't?
Bobobo is gonna be in Grand Blue.
I know, right? That's wild. Anyways, that's when we start. That's when we do our side
Our side
podcast.
hustle.
The funky anime gamers. Wait, no.
No!
The funky gotcha gamers.
I looked it up. The pre-after party is the name of a couple episodes of podcasts, but there's no podcast called the pre-after party. We can take it.
Oh, the pap. Oh,
The
dude.
pap, dude.
Dude, the pap.
Guys,
Pap after the
trademark it.
fap.
Trademark it. No one can steal it. That's
I'll take the web domain.
the pre-after party will be.
Oh shit!
the
I gotta check
generic
up the
podcast
web
that we
domain.
make.
Oh
No!
fuck!
But yes, versus failing grades, another fun time. You know, nothing too important to the story, which I'm glad that it's an OVA. So, anything else to say before we get into the real meat and potatoes of this?
No, I think I'm ready for the meat and potatoes. That's where we get to. Where we get
so
to,
good.
talk a little more.
Yeah. So this OVA, this next one, it's basically a two-parter, which it's called Haikyuu Land versus Air, where we get to see an adaptation of actually the whole of, I think it's volume 22 and I think it's only just 22 because these two are counted together. 22, sure. And what? I'm losing it. I'm losing my mind.
Hey,
Oh,
it's
no.
okay. It happens. It
The
happens.
marbles.
Not the marbles.
I can't
Regardless,
believe it.
This is canon. These two OVAs, these next upcoming OVAs are canon, titled Land vs. Air and the Volleyball Way, which shows us games from the Spring High Tournament matches for the Tokyo representatives.
No, for those who speak seasons rather than as events, when does this technically take place?
Between season 3 and season 4. So
Gotcha.
you see at the beginning of this, a message from Hinata go to Kenma. It was like, we're going to Spring Nationals. And by the end of it, Kenma sends a text back and says, we're going to. And it's very wonderful. And I love it. And so basically, this shows the qualifications of how spoilers if you haven't seen this, but fucking watch the anime, read the manga, do whatever. Nekoma and Fukurodani, who Nekoma we've already talked about, and Fukurodani is the one with Bokuto, my little
You mean
owl.
hey?
That's literally him. That's it.
Dang, I love that guy.
They are wonderful. I love them. They're great. So let's talk about it. So this is more like your traditional Haikyuu episode. It is volleyball matches. It is intense. It's fun. And you see them fight it out. And as such, we start off with actually, which kind of gets brushed to the side, a match between Nekoma and Fukurodani, which Nekoma loses. And so they're sent to losers brackets, and they gotta go fight. And they have to go fight Nohebi, which only actually gets screen time in these little sections of the manga and this OVA. And one of the reasons why I wanted to watch this OVA before, because if we didn't watch them now, I would force you guys to watch at least these 2 episodes before we watch season 4. Because his name is Suguru, the man from Nohebi Academy, the one with like the shit-eating grin and the hair and the drip.
Oh, that guy. The guy who lost his girlfriend, dude.
Well, no, his girlfriend. It's very funny. So he actually goes around with his current girlfriend. Or I don't know exactly what their relationship is. I want to make sure that I'm doing it not to do. Okay, Mika is her name. Yeah, so girlfriend. Yes. So his girlfriend and him, they watch the matches during the spring tournament. So they're like one of those people that they cut to the crowd for during season 4. Along with Leave's older sister and the cheer captain, which we also meet in these 2 OVAs.
Hey man, those characters are great. I'm not gonna lie, those designs are excellent.
Oh, it's so good because
and their personalities, like, they breathe life into this. Into this, you know, with our boys down at Karasuno, you had everybody's favorite goddess with the glasses, whose name escapes me now, and Yachi. And they bring their own set of personality and set of charm to the show. So having 2 others that can fill that role in different ways, that was excellent to have.
Kyoko is her name, by the way.
The goddess. No, we call her the goddess.
It's true. Yeah. Well, that's. I
have no right to say
on
her
her
name.
wiki page. Goddess is one of her also known as. So.
Excellent. I'm off on the right foot.
Yeah, because once again, those 2 characters get introduced in these chapters of the manga, and then they are shown again and again and again during season 4 and season 5 in the future, whenever that comes out. So they're kind of pivotal to know.
You got it, bro.
I know I stumbled through it, but it's fine. but they're good to know. And so I feel like this is a perfect introduction, and this is where they're introduced in the manga. So nice, very nice. So yeah, we get some volleyball matches, Fukurodani sweeps, because obviously they have Bokudo and like they're very fun. So, and then in the losers bracket, which is the main focus, because after the first match with Fukurodani, we don't really see much of that, and much of them in the future. We just see them winning the bracket, and then we see this battle between Nekoma and Nohabi. And that's what this is basically on. Which, man, I love some Haikyuu volleyball action. It is.
Man, we've
so
missed
fun.
it, despite it only being like
we've missed it. It's only been like a couple months. Yeah, but I love this. It gives you a little bit more Nekoma again, because they're probably the second most well-developed team. Maybe third, maybe Abajosai might be a little bit more developed because you see them in the first couple seasons. But they're big players in this Haikyuu game, and to see them play in a match and see these characters actually fight for it, oh man, it feels so good. So freaking nice. So another focus of this whole part is that Yuki Shibayama, which is the backup libero for Nekoma, gets put in because the normal libero, Yaku, he got injured when he was going for a ball as he stepped over the barriers and stepped on a dude's foot.
Dude, I mean, what
Twisted.
a king, dude. He apologized, but he saved the
he's
ball. And
so
the guy's
good.
like, don't worry, I don't care about my foot that's probably not broken. You go play.
Yeah. You go, king. But so that was a fun thing, and this also ties into Leave's development as a volleyball player. Obviously, you see him in the summer. What is it? The thing. You know what I'm talking about. The training camp and things like
Yeah.
that. So you see him grow as a character, and then you actually get to see him in a real match, which is super fun. And do you guys have anything that like really stood out to you during these sets of episodes?
Not in particular. It's nice to see them grow. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, nothing that stands out. It's your, and I don't want to use the word typical because like it's still fantastic, but it's your typical like volleyball Haikyuu kind of battle going on, which is great because I thought that would be a little lost, especially with, again, the focus not being on the ones we've been traveling with the most, the Karasuno boys. But I think they still did an excellent job trying to convey the feeling of teamwork and like learning from mistakes and whatnot, and even feeling a little bad for the enemy teams, like kind of there.
That's how it is.
I think they did a pretty good job. Not as strong as the main series, but I think that it still held up. So I'm really happy about like the fact that I was like, this is a Haikyuu episode. I don't like it doesn't. I'm not calling it OVA. This is a Haikyuu episode.
Well, yeah, because it's part of the canon. I'm very glad though, once again, that this wasn't tried to be pushed into like a 26 episode season. I'm glad that this is just a 2 episode, its own thing. Because you need this for the rest of the story to like fully click for you, but not having to smush it in with anything else really makes this just feel like it can breathe more and do what it needs to do. And one thing actually, what do you guys think of the new animation style? Because these two, which were made in 2020, uses the redesigns, well, not redesigns, but the designs that more closely relate to the manga itself.
I thought something, I don't know, I couldn't put my finger on quite it was, but I felt like their eyes were bigger.
Yes.
I got you, bro. So yeah, those eyes were bigger. They felt more angular, which was nice, very pointy. Mostly because I remembered. I think you mentioning it last time we were watching. So
I did.
I kept my eye out a little. Like the first set of episodes, I'm like, hey, this is I remember this, and then we got to those, and I'm like, haha, look at these defined lines.
Well, this is good practice for the animators then as well. So it's a little bonus for the DVD set, or physical set, I guess is a more accurate term.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they got to practice the new style a little. Cool.
I like this new style.
Yeah.
It makes it more unique. I don't feel like it's a generic kind of like it's your sports anime. It's more of like your edgy, but rightfully so, like unnecessarily but necessarily edgy volleyball style anime. It's great.
Dramatic, maybe. I don't know about edgy, but it's sure dramatic.
Hey man, it can get there. I mean, you see these people bleed for their sport. You gotta give them props to that.
Right.
Except for those guys who cheated. Screw those guys. All my homies hate those guys. Despite feeling slightly bad for them.
Because I knew there were some mixed reactions when this happened. Obviously, I was like, oh, that's really cool, because by that point I had been reading the manga for years now, so I'm totally used to this style. But I, especially with, actually, what I want to talk about is Akane, who's the cheer captain, and then Elisa, who's Leave's older sister. I feel like their designs like really show off the strengths of this art style.
Agreed. They really were the stars of this.
Yeah. A lot simpler, yet still have super like recognizable character designs.
It's unique. It's the fact that I can look at them and say like, this is Haikyuu. It's like that. It's wonderful to have that, just because again, like I mentioned before, a lot of some of these school themed or like sport themed animes kind of look the same in some ways, and it's great to differentiate between them. I remember during the watch through with that I joined in with Chuck, I was like, those eyelashes look great. I like how they make the eyelashes for not even just the females, but even like some of the males and like their eyes. Dude. It's just it's so I don't want to say I don't know, it is expressive despite it all like being slightly exaggerated, but it's great. I love it. It's just it's aesthetic. It's pleasing to the eye.
Oh, 100%. I one funny thing actually, so Akane's the younger sister to Taketora, which is the I guess technically wing spiker and ace of Nekoma, the dude with like the kind of the mohawk in the middle of unshaved hair, and then the side, so he looks like. Dude,
you mean our
Tanaka.
Echo Fighter, dude?
Yeah, he's Tanaka's Echo Fighter. But yes, so that's how she kind of is why she's part of that, and it's just fun little character stuff like that. And I think because one of the other major things is that there's no longer that kind of line shading that they would do at times on the characters themselves.
Yeah.
Which is the major difference. Which I'm fine with it not being there, just because I feel like this is a bit truer to the manga, as well as you can kind of get more expression.
They did work around designs. It. Like, it still feels weighty. Like in that scene where they were playing the game and they spiked it. He was like, I'm spiking it. And the spike, it just looked real spiky, Yeah. It really, like, there's still weightiness to it. It looked good. I was like, wow.
Well, it's because Furudate is a very, very good mangaka, and I'm really excited to see what he's done next, because he did finish up Haikyuu back last summer. I cried big tears. But this is really good. Really connects with the manga, and the anime looks super good, super clean, and IG as always does a super good job, and it carries on into season 4, which is also very nice to see. And we just get more characters and more fun, so why not, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Anything else that you guys distinctly want to talk about? Because I don't think. We'll go into some characters just very quickly, because I know we went over some already. But anything else we got?
No, I mean it's if you're looking for a good time and you're
It's here.
hankering for some Haikyuu, go ahead and give these a shot.
So worth it.
These are good. Like if you were watching these and your friend came over and they were like, "Have you seen Haikyuu?" and they're like, "No," and it's like, "Well, here's 2 episodes that
It's
are
true.
self-contained, and if you don't like it, then we'll watch something else."
If you don't like it, we're gonna start at episode 1 and force you to watch it.
We're gonna consider our friendship.
Exactly. I mean, you're not wrong. Like, if there was a person that I met who was like, I just don't like Haikyuu, I'm gonna be like, ooh, man, this is gonna be real tough on me. I don't know about this one, Chief. But yeah, so let's quickly go over some characters that we've already kind of reviewed a little bit. Obviously, we have, just in general, we have all the Karasuno boys already. Nothing really changes there. We have Psycho Tanaka, who is the older sister. She's great. She's hot. She could crush me.
Dude, she could step on the gas, dude.
Dude, gas, gas, gas.
We didn't actually see her drive this time, which was a little upsetting. But hey, it's the spirit.
Well, it's
That-
because
I
they
felt that.
had the driving section, which was in the manga, already in the anime, so they didn't want to reuse that.
I just wanted her to go across that hairpin turn. Okay, come on.
It's true.
Let me live a little, vicariously live my initial D obsession in a different anime.
Dude, it's banging. Let's see.
She's great. I like it.
Yeah. Oh, and then Minaho Ono, which is the teacher.
You
She
can't
does
call
have
me
a name.
that.
What?
You can't call me a hoe, okay?
She's
You
great.
can't say Mina because like that means everyone. You can't call everyone a hoe, dude.
Nah, Minaho Ono.
Haven't you
she's
played
great.
Smash Brothers? Is
What?
where Mars says Mina, me take it.
Okay, shut up.
That's what I was.
She's
thinking.
great.
Yeah.
That means
Shut up!
everyone. That means everyone.
Look at me, right?
Yeah, yeah.
She's the teacher.
That's
She's
why he
very-
said Mina.
No!
Oh, you can't just. Okay,
Ah!
I'm done. You don't have to call me a hoe. It's okay.
No, but she's great. She's like, she said, "Hey, I encourage you to do your best on the makeup test," and I was like, "Damn, she's not messing around." But she's great. I love her. She's
She
very
believes
funny.
in them.
She does on those makeup exams. She's attractive as well. Let's go to Nekoma. Particularly I want to talk about Yaku and Yuki, the 2 liberos, because this part in particular really goes in deep of them, because this is Yuki's like kind of story a little bit, you know, because he was nervous and he's like, I gotta go in and do this thing, and then he did it, and we're like, wow, did it.
He did it.
But I did like the focus on characters, because obviously we've had a whole episode on Leave. We've had focus on Kenma and Kuro during those spring tournaments, and Kenma especially trying to get canceled on Twitter recently.
I can't believe it. What have
That
we
is
done?
so funny to me.
What,
That is
what did we
so
do? We just
fucking-
decided to watch the OVAs, have a good old time, and then
and
this
Kenma got
happens.
canceled. This is,
Can't
guys,
believe it.
we're part of the problem.
Look, okay. Just because he's a gamer and we're the most depressed group in the universe doesn't mean that we can just bully the best volleyball man.
It's true.
one of the
He's
best
really
volleyball
good.
men.
I love Kenma. Look at his hair. So sick. Also, special shout out to Nekomata, the coach, the wise old sage. Love him. He's great. He smiles and he's like, oh, let's take some risks. And now, once again, Akane, the cheer captain leader. She's
Yeah.
great. She's small and mighty. I love her.
What color that hair though? Brown? Hey, that works too. She's awesome.
Hey, that's okay.
That works too.
Hey, I'm not gonna complain.
She's wearing a sailor suit, dude.
Yeah.
You can't do that, dude. This isn't One Piece. No, I'm kidding though. Her personality's great. That was awesome. And the fact that she it looked like she was having a little crush on Lev, and then Lev messes up. And she's like,
And she does not.
she said, "Nah, sir, not me."
And Elisa's like, oh, that means Akane is gonna be my little
My in-law.
sister. She's like, oh yes, come on, leave. It's
That was
very
adorable.
funny.
I thought that's a good little interaction. That was great.
Yeah, and then talking about Elisa, she's great. Also, she's very pretty.
She's tall.
She is tall. She's 5'10".
Dang. They built different over there, aren't they?
Dude, they is though.
They is. That's awesome though. Like they were great side characters. Great just characters. I'm not even call them side characters, despite them being on the sidelines.
No,
on
they were the
side
stars.
They're the
They
stars of the show.
That's the only reason we watched this.
MVP.
You told us.
Hey, I was here to spread the good word, okay? She's wonderful. I love her. So yeah, they're very good.
Excuse me.
And then let's see who else. Fukurodani, obviously we've seen them. Bokudo, who doesn't know how to hit. He doesn't know how to hit cross shots because
Dude, he forgot. He forgot.
he
man.
keeps hitting straights.
It's like, wait, how? What? It's like if that's really how it feels. Whenever sometimes we just forget how to do the podcast. It's like, oh,
you said I used to do that. What do you mean? It's my first day.
Yeah,
we
we
talk
also
about.
got-
I've been doing this for years.
He's Bokuto's such a fun character, and I feel like him, especially in this new art style, works so much better.
Especially because his hair is now so cool.
He's so
it's
sick.
so unreal that it's real.
Yeah, he got big eyebrows. Oh man, he's such a wonderful man. We also didn't get to see much of the managers from Fukurodani, which makes me sad because I love them. They're very fun. But yeah, let's see. And then finally, if I can scroll down. So Nohubi, the other team that we get to see. We see Kuro actually talk with Suguru, and he's like, "We'll see you in the finals." And then they see themselves in the losers bracket finals. But I think he's very fun, and yeah, kind of a shitter a little bit, but very fun. And just overall a very fun team, even though their whole claim to fame in quotes is cheating. I still think that it's very fun, and also one of his nicknames is Snake Bastard. So that's pretty fun.
Cheaters never win in the long run.
It's true. But you better come to like him because he'll be there for the nationals. So you're gonna have to see him talk about games and with his girlfriend, and we're gonna be like, wow, he has a
Well,
girlfriend.
look at them talk.
Also, girlfriend though, very cute. Mika Yamaka, oh, she's adorable. I'll send a picture of.
She
her
don't
again.
understand ball is life. Nah, son, I'm out of here.
Yeah,
no, I'm kidding. She started to learn.
She is so cute. I love her so much.
My heart.
Like, she is so good, and she just has like there's some scenes where she has like a shit-eating grin, and I'm like, you're perfect. You're like the best. I'll send a picture of that just so you guys know what I'm seeing. But she's just so fun, and you'll get to see her more. And I guess the reason why she and Suguru go to nationals is just kind of a reason that we can get some explanations from the crowd, so people who don't know volleyball know what's happening at times. But yeah, a very, very fun, very good. Makes me happy to watch again because, man, Haikyuu's good, dude. Haikyuu's so good.
Hopefully there'll be more little shorts like this where it's like,
Yeah.
I like these.
Well, because
These are good.
because there have been some like mini chapters and things like that, and points in the manga. There was actually one released a month or so ago, and I loved it, and it made me very happy. And it's hopefully there's gonna be some more OVAs in the future because there's still a lot of stuff to say. A lot of things to do in Haikyuu.
Nice rhyme.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Is there Is there anything else that you guys would like to talk about?
The only last thing I want to talk about is those eye catchers, man.
Oh,
Animals.
yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, yes.
Those are the new season 4 eye catches.
Oh,
I love
thank
it.
goodness.
I dig it. I miss the volleyball being hit.
Yeah,
but I
I-
like them personified as an owl and a cat and a crow. It was great.
Yeah, I was the first time I saw it, I was like, oh no, they're not doing the serving ones anymore. But doing the little animals, I'm like, that's good. I like that. But yeah,
Seeing Bokudo as an owl, that was great. Or
yeah.
whatever that bird was, looked like
Yeah,
a Kirby friend.
No, he's an owl. That's what they are. And what else? I'm trying to think of one last thing. Oh, one special thing is with these two OVAs for the Land versus Air. They're using the new season 4 OST. And fuck, that's a good OST. They use a lot more jazz while still retaining some of those classic tunes. Oh, it's so good.
I must say, as someone who didn't realize there were new tracks, fit in pretty well.
Yeah. I just really enjoy Haikyuu, guys, if you can't tell.
No, I can't tell.
Only a little bit.
Only a little bit. We'll find out though. I mean, we can always. I mean, if we don't have anything else to say, we can rate this bad boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, if you guys, this isn't canon, so I'm not going to write it down, but
Yeah, of course.
how do you guys feel about it? What's the vibes?
Since we're doing them all together, I guess we'll just do 4 out of 5. Nice little bonus.
Yeah. I had as much fun as I did last week, despite even having. I think I had a lot more fun this time, actually. Just
Hell yeah.
maybe by a little.
I had a
just by a little.
had a lot more fun, but just by a little.
Yeah. Only by a hair.
A lot,
all the
a little, lot.
all of the fillers have connected together. I connected Black Lagoon and Haikyuu, and I brought in a little bit of Johnny from One Piece. No, so I like this a lot. I understand why it's an OVA. I'm conflicted as I want it to be part of the actual anime, but not really.
Well, because these two are part of it. So the last two OVAs were released as a special, so not in conjunction to any like physical release. This was just released like as a precursor to the season.
So a
4.
prequel.
Yes,
Okay, cool. That's all you had to say, my friend. I love prequels.
I know you did.
Yeah. Hello there. Yeah, no, I had a lot of fun. You know what? I was gonna give it a 4, but since I had a little bit more fun than last week, I'm gonna give it a 4.2.
Thanks, Pato. It means a lot coming from you.
especially if you can beat out gore, blood, and maids, then your guy got a good series on your
Well,
hands.
yeah, we got cute girls, and volleyball. What more can you ask for, honestly?
It's true.
Yeah, I don't know, because I'm really conflicted, because I just love Haikyuu. Like, there's never going to be an unbiased look of anything on Haikyuu because I love it so much. But I think because of the earlier ones aren't exactly perfect. If it was just the final two, probably would give it 5 out of 5 because I love it that much. But I'm going to give it a 4.7 just because it's Haikyuu, man.
Nice.
It's
Very
Haikyuu.
nice.
What else can I say? It's super fun characters that I have a super deep affinity for. So, what are you gonna do about it?
I can't. This filler.
It's true.
Not even
does not-
canon.
Yeah,
Not even canon, despite 2 of those episodes being canon.
it's great though. But before we do any of like our final stuff, any miscellaneous, and then an announcement.
Oh.
No, I got nothing.
Okay.
No, that's it.
I'm
Nah,
guessing Garb doesn't have anything
Nah.
to say either.
Hey, Grungle Lax.
Yeah? What we're
What's-
watching next?
Yeah, what's
Well,
popping on season
gonna-
4
We
of the
made
Funky
it.
Anime Podcast?
Yeah. For the first, we're going in hard because it's my episode. We're gonna do Kill a Kill. It's finally time.
Yeah, I think we're ready.
Yeah.
We've been sitting on that for a very long time.
We never thought we'd get here.
I didn't.
And
Legit.
And every time I thought we were gonna get there, I felt like so long. It felt like it was so long ways away. And look at us. Look at us.
Look at us. Look at us.
Look at us. We're
Look at
season
us.
4. That's a good number. It's an even number.
Yeah. Not a prime number.
Yeah, we're about to see more exciting shows to come, but
Yeah.
we're gonna start off with a bang.
Oh,
We are.
yeah.
I haven't watched it in like 2 years. I rewatched
same,
it
I
a couple
think.
of years ago, so
Yeah, it's been
I'm
a little
excited
while
to
for
go
me.
back to the start of Trigger.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the tall guy who's taking a little rest on the bench will ask me, "Hey guys, I'm taking
Man,
a
he
little
really
rest
be-
on this bench."
You really be resting. I'm proud
I
of
do
you.
be resting. The short guy who's standing kind of like, "Come on, man, we gotta go." Well, that's Pino.
Come on, man. I want to get to the 8-11 to get some snacks, bro. We gotta go.
It's snack time.
811 did make me laugh in the anime. And finally, the guy who's sitting next to the tall guy is still playing his POP. Well, that's Garb.
I require snacks as well. I will wither and fade away without snackies.
Oh no.
And you do it without me. I'm out of here.
Well, guys, I hope y'all loved Haikyuu. Woo!
I hope you all love some more anime, because that's what
and
we got in store.
Thank you for listening. It really means a lot to us. Every
you.
time I look on our statistics, I'm like, wow, there are people
Yeah.
who.
Do they even, what do you listen to filler?
Yeah, what do you mean? Yeah,
do you
so
mean?
very, very thankful for all of our listeners and thankful for our patrons, especially. If you want to help support us, you can go to funkyanimepodcast@gmail.com and send us an email. Or you can go to our Patreon at patreon.com/3A-Weebros, where you can just say, hey, I want to give you money. So
Hey,
then
wait
you
a second. I don't think you mentioned the cooler email.
I would never mention anything else.
Isn't that
except for the
contact at
only email.
funkyanimePodcast.com?
That's
No!
the one.
Let's go, baby. It's the only one I memorized.
And if you want to join for just $1 a month, you can join our Discord and you can see us talk about everything we're watching. Like you could have joined and watched the OVAs with us.
That was
So
fun. We got a lot of laughs, a lot of gaffs, and halafs. I don't know what a halaf is, but I
I
think
don't know
it's half a
either.
laugh.
It's a halafel.
Halafel, dude. The halafel house. Nice.
What'd you call me?
Yeah.
So, thank you, everyone, for gaming with us, for watching with us, and just having a good time with us.
Yeah, man.
Because we're doing it.
You know what? As always, tell your mom you love her.
Guys, you gotta tell your mom you love her.
And tell your dad, too. Come on.
Hey, say, hey, Dad. I know I give Mom all the love every Wednesday when the podcast gets released, but like, hey, say, hey,
This
Dad.
is your Wednesday, brother.
See you guys next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.